This is Static Industry, a Minecraft modpack focused on progressing through different stages of industrialization by automating tons of stuff. Sounds hard, but luckily there's a detailed quest book explaining every major step along the way of exploiting the entire planet. For example, getting wood. How exciting. After I completed this enormous task, by the way I'm not going to address the intro sequence, deal with it, I started working on the second task, mining stone. Maybe this modpack isn't that hard. After that I started exploring the world. I ventured through deep forests, rocky coasts and lush fields of grass, until I found a hole in the ground. Priorities. The hole actually led to an abandoned mineshaft, where I found a lot of iron, redstone, coal and even 16 diamonds. How awesome, I thought, until a freaking chest started attacking me. After I heroically slain the chest without missing any hits, I collected its drop. A pair of shoes that allowed me to walk on water. I'm basically like Jesus. After some further exploration, I located a greenhouse structure that I used as my first shelter. And because my inventory was constantly full, I had a friendly chat with the local cow population and crafted a backpack. To this day I've used it once. Afterwards, I went on my first real mining trip, which began fabulously. Down there I gathered a bunch of ores and coal and even found an emerald vein. Speaking of emeralds, earlier I found a sign out in the wilds, which usually points to a village. But at the supposed location, I only found ruins and I still think about it today. Was there once a village that was destroyed after a terrible event, and these are the only remains? Perhaps there was an ancient civilization which succumbed to its own megalomania. Who cares, we were now able to build our first machine. And because we're just at the beginning of this modpack, we don't have any electricity or advanced machinery. So right now we're just working with cogs and shafts. We use the Create mod, you have probably never heard of it, it's pretty unknown. For our first contraption, we used the rotational power of this water wheel to make these gears go spin spin, and then they are connected to a mixer and make it go spin spin, which allows us to combine both copper and tin to make our first ingots of bronze, which is a major resource we need to advance in this modpack. Later I changed the mixer to a press, which allowed us to make plates out of metals like iron, which we needed for making the forge hammer, a crafting station also important for the next stage in this pack. Awesome. Seems like we found a nice place. Made some progress. Why is there a skeleton in my bedroom? I need to leave. And so we did. Out of the greenhouse to the top of a small mountain surrounded by trees. Not really comfy right now, however we'll change that soon. Up to this point I only ate meat I got from my friendly chats, but it started to run out. So I thought with the powers of simple automation, why not do some agricultural trickery and build an automatic wheat farm for some bread? So I built an automatic wheat farm. These harvesters rotate and automatically harvest grown wheat, put it in this chest which gets emptied once per rotation at this interface. Pretty simple, pretty easy, right? Now I just take the wheat and craft some bread and it doesn't make bread. Remember when I said this modpack may not be as hard as I thought? I shouldn't have said it. Let me just walk you through the recipe, okay? First, you have to create wheat flour by putting wheat in either a fancy machine I didn't have, use crushing wheels I couldn't craft, or put it into a millstone, which I could have crafted, but I didn't want to. This wheat flour then had to be combined with water in a mixer or with a fan, and then you had to bake this dough to finally have a single loaf of bread. I hate it. While editing I found out there was an easier way to make bread, but it was too late, so I just ate carrots. Frustrated by this, I designed a house in a separate creative world that I wanted to rebuild here with a Create schematic cannon. This block, provided with enough gunpowder, could automatically reconstruct it. And there was my next mistake. Thinking that bread wasn't the only change recipe that normally requires 3 naturally grown plants combined in a straight line to produce it. Paper's also harder to get now and I needed paper to craft the schematic needed for my cannon. So I had to start with the Steam Age chapter, which I originally hadn't planned for this episode, but who cares. Another plan that didn't work out in the end. 3rd time's the charm, I guess. The machine required for crafting paper was the bronze mixer, but to use it I first had to build a boiler to generate power. Pretty easy to craft, just a lot of bronze I already had and some clay. The mixer, however, was a little pricier. It required copper, which I didn't have anymore, so I went on another mining trip. And guess what I found during that trip besides a fire wand that didn't work, an ancient city, 2 mimics, an overpowered skeleton mini-boss that dropped an efficiency 5 pickaxe, and not a single bit of copper? Paper. I found paper. Guess my plan did work out in the end somehow. I hate it here. Now I was able to finally craft the schematic for my house, but you won't see it right now. And I still needed to gather the materials. This took some time as I had to gather this small amount of 4,000 blocks. And because I don't want to bore you guys, and totally not because I forgot to record that session, I made a small, just a really small animation visualizing the process. Hope you guys like it. Oh wow, that was so awesome. If I were you, I would like, subscribe, comment and share this video right now. But I'm not used and over pressured. Eventually I had all the resources I needed. 3.5 devil chests full. Was I finally able to construct my starter house I've been dreaming of for so long? Was there nothing anymore that could stop me? No, there wasn't. Enjoy the time lapse. And there it is, my beautiful house. It has a wonderful front side, a wonderful back side, 2 wonderful side sides and an occasion interior. I don't like building interiors, to be honest. And there's also a way down into the basement where we'll start working on things in the next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you had a good time. Remember what I said at this time code and goodbye.